Okay, so now we have already entered new books into our class data page. Well, how about the lesson plan? We have the book title, but maybe there's not an actual LP prepared for, excuse me, for the teacher. So this happens in the master LP data page. Um, this page has like almost 4,000 rows already, and it includes everything, all the days, for the lessons. Sometimes if your session is short a day, you need to combine some of these lessons, but at least these will auto-populate from a starting point. It is a great way to make sure that one teacher's work is not wasted and it saves another teacher a lot of planning time. So on this page, you can filter to see certain things. Like if you want to see only the foreign teachers' plans for a certain level, you can also search. You can type in something and search for it if you want. But these are the titles that are used under the lesson plan and attendance. And I'll just show you that real quick. If you're here, regardless of what your class name is, because you might have several classes of the same level. So, regardless of what your name is, you can pull a lesson plan. So, what if I don't want this? What if I want New High Kids? I can see all my New High Kids options right here. This is all reflective of this master LP data. It's going to show you all of this. So if you're typing something incorrectly in the lesson plan and attendance to search for a level, if it's not here in this list, if you type it, it's not going to give you any results. So entering data here correctly and accurately is very important. Otherwise, you won't be able to find what you're looking for. So how do I do that? Well, I am most careful about the first entry row of the books and the level because I recycle that. You'll notice here, Korean teacher is repeated. The month 6 is repeated. Their books are repeated. The only part that's really changing for throughout the lesson plan is the number of lessons, the actual lesson plan, and the homework. So this information that I'm going to enter here is very important. So let's enter some material for thumbs up because that's going to be the new class. I'm going to start with the foreign teacher. All right. And this is going to be regardless of a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or a Tuesday, Thursday schedule. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to focus it on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. I'm going to make it 12 lessons because I'm pretty sure that's how the books are designed. If you were teaching thumbs up on a Tuesday, Thursday, I think it has to be a 12 lesson Tuesday, Thursday schedule, just like New High Kids. So here I would describe the level. Thumbs up, 1A. And here you have to make sure that you mark it Unit 1 or Unit 2 or Chapter 1, Chapter 2. This is very important because you don't need 24 lessons on your lesson plan. Excel would try to tell you Lesson 1 and Lesson 1 from Unit 1 and Unit 2 together at the same time, and it would result in an error on the lesson plan and attendance. So we need to be careful about that. And I'll try to show you that error if I remember. This next part is the actual books that the foreign teacher is teaching. I don't need to put all the students' books, just the foreign teacher's books, because that's what the lesson and the homework is going to be referencing. So in this case, we have thumbs up 1A, student book, and I think homework book. Maybe there's a writing book for this level too, or maybe you have the Korean teacher working on the writing book to focus on whatever grammar's in there or whatever vocabulary's in there. I don't know, up to you guys. And then maybe also a diary. I don't really know what this group is, what their level is. I type in lesson 1, and here I don't type page numbers yet because if I do, Homework book. If I do, Excel's going to auto-populate some of the numbers when I drag drop. So I'm going to grab this whole row and I'm going to drag drop it at least 12 because now you'll see Excel has given me an auto population of 1 through 12. And so I'm going to mark that yellow. I'm going to delete this because you're going to be different information for me. Delete you. And I don't have different units because of this. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to select everything and I'm going to paste over that. All right. So now that I just stay all in unit 1 for the whole month. And for here, now I will enter my class pages. Maybe it's 4 to 8. Maybe, let's put a dash. Maybe homework is pages 6 to 7. I have got no idea. But you would manually go in and you would enter their page numbers. If there were diary homework, it doesn't go here because diaries are always on a Friday and you can't guarantee that the session always starts on a Monday. So I wouldn't enter it there. However, if they had a writing book, I would specify which day and then I would, juggle around my calendar a little bit where I would copy the lesson plan and paste it somewhere else so that I could edit things more flexibly. But for the most part, if I had a writing book or even the grammar book or something, you can hit Alt Enter to get down here and add writing book page 15 or something. And that will give you the data in an organized way on the lesson plan. It's Alt Enter. This way, you can actually remind the teachers that they need to be teaching both of these books at the same time. Obviously, as I mentioned, I don't add diary here. I allow the teacher to add that manually or verbally, but these are the books that the students have purchased. And so we need to make sure their schedules are pretty organized. I strongly recommend that you have the teacher finish the lesson plan for the entire book. So this book has 2 units. I would have them keep going. So once you've entered your page numbers, make sure you have tests and then here, no assignment. Okay, now we're ready to go to the next one. It's still going to be foreign teacher. And it is going to be thumbs up 1A. I'm just going to paste that, but I have to change it to unit 2. All right. And if I don't, I will show you why. This information stays the same, so I can just copy that in. This is going to start with lesson 1 again. Student book, space, homework book, space. There we go. I can highlight this line, drag drop for about 12 lessons. Got just 1 extra. There we go. Mark that yellow for myself. I'm going to mark tests. You don't have to do anything in a particular order, but once you are doing this for many books, you're going to end up developing your own preference. Let's just say that I forgot to change from unit 1 to unit 2. Let's just pretend, and let's just say I forgot that, and so let's just say that's what happened. Let's go to the lesson plan attendance and I'll show you here. Go with thumbs up. Let's go with unit 1. And let's go in a proper year. Do I have a year? Let's go with March 2024. Thumbs. Okay, so we need 1A1, I think. Maybe you're not. Irene teacher. Who is teaching thumbs up 1A? Hello. Where is thumbs up? Okay, I have Michelle. 1A and 1. There it is. Okay. So if you don't have the right information from the schedule, your dates won't even function well. It's going to be like, what are you telling me to look for? All right, so here is Unit 1. And let's say over here under Master LP Data, I have this Unit 1, Lesson 1. Let's just give this same data. Actually, in fact, let me just change the numbers 5 to 10 so that you'll be able to see. I'm just going to give it the same data just to see if we can make ourselves have an error. Okay, so we have 1A Unit 1. I'm going to pretend that we forgot to update that. Yes, right here. All of this extra data, you don't want that. So it's giving us both lesson ones from both units. Go back to master LP data, change it all back to 2. 2, copy, paste you over. Okay. Go back to lesson plan and attendance. And now you can see that we have only unit 1. And now we'll be able to change to unit 2 and then pages 5 to 10, just like I had entered. Okay, so your lesson plan data is always going to reflect what's in the master LP data. So when you enter this data, I think it's important to say that there you have enough peace and quiet, enough time to finish the whole collection of those books. Sometimes when you're entering the levels, you've got like 3 different books that you're working from. It's important to have all 3 of those books open and ready. And even maybe if you had a piece of paper and wrote down some things that you want to get 3 units done in this month, but then 4 units in the next, especially when you're looking at middle schoolers' grammar books and how you would divide the workload. You want to have that in front of you to be able to plan that accordingly, because your master LP data is going to be recycled and reused by other teachers. If they see a typo and an error and they need to fix something, you would go up to the top and they can search for what they're looking for. So I would recommend that under level, maybe they would be typing hit enter, and it's going to filter everything by what you had typed in here. So if I go back in here, you'll be able to see that all the thumbs that I entered are selected. Okay. You can narrow that down if you had more information that you like, well, it's only on, thumbs up 5, 6. You could narrow that down too. But obviously we only have, what I just entered right now. And then you would go in there and you would edit that out. All right. I recommend when you're done editing, revert your table back to show everything, because if you had this table filtered only showing thumbs up and then 2 months later you need to add more information down at the bottom, your filtered table isn't really letting you see everything. So you don't want to enter data in the middle of something. Go ahead and keep your table open. If you were going to delete something, I would just select those rows. Like obviously I'm going to undo this because I know it's not accurate. Control minus, and it's gone. All right. So that's how you would delete that. If you are not sure how to proceed with taking a book that lasts 2 months to 4 months, or a book that's going to last for 1 year, take a look in the system as to what you already have. You've got, Citius, Altius, Fortius, and for each level of the book, like Altius 1B, you're going to see that under the lesson plan data, it's divided between units 1 through 4, 5 through 8, 9 through 12. And that is because those books last for 3 months. You need some way to identify it. This is the first 3 months, the second 3 months, I'm sorry, the first month, the second month, and the third month. And if you don't organize it that way, Excel doesn't know how to look for it for you. So that's very important that every single part of this table is filled correctly. If you don't put the lesson dates in, it's not going to give you the lesson plan in that order. All right. It would get unscrambled. It would like mix up those days for you. If you don't separate Korean teacher and foreign teacher, then under lesson plan and attendance, it's not going to know where to start looking. Okay. So Excel knows to first look for foreign teacher or Korean teacher, then its level, and then it's going to give you all this data. Okay. The textbooks information is going to show up here, right here. And then obviously the lesson plan data, the lesson number, lesson 1 through 12 or 16. Sometimes it'll say if it's a writing lesson for build up, it will say WL1, I think. But then it's going to have the lessons in class and then the homework automatically fill in. Okay, that's your master LP data for adding new information in there. Again, make sure you have enough time to complete the whole book so that you're not distracted or someone doesn't interrupt the work. And foreign teachers can enter this in, Korean teachers can enter this in. I think it's really helpful that the homework part can be generic for some things, and recycled. For example, like with New High kids and practicing for their daily tests, the Korean teacher entering something in Korean that the foreign teachers may not be able to read at all. At least it would be something that is always the same, and the supervisor has a lot of control over, I want you to teach it this way, because it would be in the master LP data. Like once that lesson plan is generated, you've given the teacher a tool to be like, oh, this is what I have to teach. And this is my objective. I need to accomplish, that they have mastered the spellings, they've mastered this. Even if they change a couple things, from the lesson plan, that's fine. You've at least given them the goal of, we not only do they need to get to this level, but here's a great tool to help you get there. So that is how you can do that. All right. I think this video is long enough. There you go.